I've developed a huge interest in robotics. I'm a programmer by trade, 100% geek, and I've been using the Arduino system mostly for my robotics. Sensor control, building a remote control car, building simulations of real world situations for students to see. Used them in open days, used them to demonstrate things to students, and some students have done some work with me in the Arduino system. I've developed a lot of interest in robotic arms because I think they teach some really fundamental things, that everything happens step by step. Now, as a programmer, you'd appreciate that everything happens step by step. So robotic arms and controlling them can help people to develop the sorts of thinking skills that they need to break down things into unique actions. So I've looked around and I've used various websites to find robotic arms, eBay and so forth, and I've bought a lot of rubbish. They're just not well enough made, and some of the stuff I've bought has been quite expensive to buy and actually hasn't worked very well at all. Then I discovered a company called Lewan Soul, and I'm going to give you a glimpse of their website in just a minute. And their approach to building of their products has been absolutely refreshing. It's professional, it's innovative, it's precise. Everything they make works. So I bought two of their products in terms of robotic arms. I brought LeArm and LeArm. LeArm is the older model. I've built it, I've used it, I've demonstrated it at college open days. People love it. People are fascinated by the fact that you can control a mechanical device and see how those changes are happening. LeArm, I've built it, but I haven't yet worked with the control system, but it looks fascinating. I've also bought some servo control equipment boards from Amazon.co.uk, but sadly the robotic arms don't tend to be available in the UK, so you have to get them shipped. LeArm can be shipped from the States from Amazon.com, and LeArm can be shipped from Alibaba.com. Now, I've received huge support from Lewan Soul staff, Una especially, in sales, and she's encouraged me, helped me through the process of buying. She's checked to make sure that things have arrived safely and so forth. Really great customer support, showing demonstration of absolute support to their products and commitment to what they do. So I really recommend Lewan Soul. I think it's a company that's going somewhere. I think it's going to be a really important company in the future because of just their entirely innovative approach to the way they do things. So look up Lewan Soul, check out their products, and look into Lewan Soul across the range. Brilliant. So here's the Lewan Soul website, lewansoul.com, and the area where I've been mostly interested are in two parts: servo controllers, where I've bought the different type of servo controllers to test servos out. Really brilliant products, beautifully made, nice and precise, and you get exactly what you want. The interest of this video is focused on robotic arms. As I said, there are two. There's LeArm, which is the older model, and LeArm, which is the one I've built but not yet tested. So let's look at LeArm. And on the website, lots of support, really good images to guide you through the process of building. The videos that they have on the YouTube site that they've got are absolutely superb. And so you get a lot of support when you're building something that's actually quite a complicated piece of machinery. Software to help you with the control systems. The software works beautifully and very well made. And I'm going to show you the software in just a moment, just to show you that the software is really well made. Now, LeArm is the newer model of the robotic arms. As I say, I've built it, but I've not yet tested out the control systems. Really looking forward to that because the control systems are entirely different and it looks fascinating. Now, Lewan Soul have gone to a lot of trouble to create a lot of support videos, and the support videos are very good. They're on their YouTube page, and their YouTube page is very full, lots of information on there, and it's updated a lot. The LeArm videos are coming in, lots and lots of videos coming in there. The gameplay videos, which is the control systems, they're coming in at a huge rate in here. And I got 3 updates yesterday. They're working like fury on this stuff. So really highly recommended. So I think what you want to do is you want to see LeArm in action. So let's get that set up. So here's my LeArm. It's sitting there doing nothing at the moment. and it's just setting uncontrolled at the moment because I'm not running anything. But what you can do with the software, and you can see that I've got the software up here on my window, is I can create changes in the position of each of the individual servos by manipulating the little boxes which control the position of each of those servos, numbers 1 to 6. Now the numbers 1 to 6 reflect kind of the geographic location of each of the servos. You can see I'm moving upwards through this set of servos, and then I'm up here, I'm twisting the top end, and then I'm opening and closing the arm. So it's all very straightforward. Now what you might see from this action is that it looks a little bit crude, and the movements can seem quite jerky. But what happens is that when you record movements, that's what I'm going to show you next, is that those movements get smoothed out. They get smoothed out quite significantly, and you can get a much smoother flow. Now here I've recorded an action group, and this action group is what I would use to control the servo last thing before I put it away for taking to the college, or where I'm doing something and I want to put it away safely at home. Is I've written a program called Bedtime, and you can see that it's got 4 steps, and the indicated position of each one of the servos is on this table here. So let's just run this action group using the run button. And it says that it's complete. So that shows you how you can program a set of actions and make it work every time for you in the way you want. Now it comes with some pre-programmed actions to give you an idea of how it works, and they're really good to help you to learn how to do it. So that's my first action, and what I'm going to show you is another action where it's a little bit more complicated, and it demonstrates that you can do things in a more sophisticated way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to load another action group that I prepared. So open action group, and they're stored here. Now the ones that have come with the device itself, I've got in 1 to 10, and then my next one is called Intercup. So you can see what's going to happen. On the bench I've got a target and a source. The source is the little foam blocks that are going to be transferred from that little red dot, or that little red spot, onto the pot, or into the pot. Sorry, so let's just run that. Object achieved, so that I'm really happy with. But what you can do with these is you can run them in a loop. So let me just put another one on the block for that, and we can run it as a loop. So let's just see what happens there. Watch the software stepping 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I think I've got a couple of too many steps in there, but don't worry. I'm going to refine it and run it. So let's just run this as a loop. So you can see what's happened. Really, really good. What I hope to do with my students is that we can try and put a system of automation in, that maybe using the LeArm and the LeArm, so that the LeArm transfers one piece of foam onto the red dot from a source pot or something like that, or from a chute, maybe using an Arduino system, and then it will transfer into the pot. But what also happens when the pot gets a bit full is that the little foam blocks bounce out. So maybe there's a way we can set up a little turntable underneath the pot so that it rotates gradually, very infrequently, but enough to make it sure that the pot doesn't overflow. So that's my demonstration of what I've done with the LeArm on that action group. A lot more to say, but I think that's probably enough for this particular video.